Good evening, Nighthawk fans, and welcome to the second game of the doubleheader tonight between the Clayton State Lakers and your University of North Georgia Nighthawks. Thomas Kendrick here with my broadcast partner Shannon Colum as we bring to you this men's Peach Belt Conference action from the UNG Soccer Complex. The Nighthawks come in with a 9-9 record overall, 6-2, and if the season ended today, the Nighthawks would be the number 2 seed in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. They are in the driver's seat for that number 2 seed, and a win or draw tonight would solidify the 2 seed for the Nighthawks, who would host a Peach Belt Conference tournament game. And the Nighthawks are coming off what can only be described as a thrilling win, Shannon, as they were able to win 5-4 in extra time on Saturday at UNC Pembroke.
I can't even describe that type of win. It's something that's incredible. To come back like that and to score that many goals in that limited time is something unheard of. But to come off a high like that, I'm expecting a game that is absolutely incredible tonight. So I can't wait to see what is in front of us.
And the scorer of the game-winning goal for the Nighthawks, Maddie Shafto, in the lineup for the Nighthawks, paired with Eddie Hurst up top. Of course, Hurst is now the single-game scorer record for the Nighthawks as he picked up a hat trick the last time out as the Nighthawks played USC Aiken on October 15th here, and that's one of the keys to the game. The Nighthawks need to feed Shafto and Hurst up top, and Shafto more of the forward that plays off of Hurst, and whenever the Nighthawks are able to get the ball to Hurst up top, what do he and Shafto really bring to this team that we have not seen in years past?
To be honest, it's a teamwork and chemistry. This team in the past has had a lot of really good technical soccer players, but it's been missing that chemistry. And I think finally this year you can see it from 2 seniors that are finally just taking control and really bringing in a spark to this team. And once they're able to connect, it's just something that's absolutely beautiful.
And another key to the game for the Nighthawks, they need to come out firing tonight. We've seen them score 3 or more goals a number of times in this game, and that's significant because this Clayton State squad comes in giving up 3.5 goals a game. And what do they need to do to really get off to a good start here and get their front foot forward in this game?
I think they need to start off connecting, and they need to start off high pressing. I think sometimes when we sit in too much and we try to play a little bit reserved, I think sometimes it gets to our head. And with Clayton State and their notorious offense, I think our defense needs to stay settle in, just stay calm, play smart, simple soccer, not try to do anything fancy, and just keep possession. When we keep possession and we link up, I think we're a pretty unstoppable team.
And this Nighthawk defense has really come into its own here in the later part of the season, as they've now had a settled back line of Glendon, Paul, Bennett, and Maish, who normally start the games for the Nighthawks. What does a settled back line bring to a defense having consistency night in and night out in the starting lineup?
Composure, composure, composure. If a team is frantic and it starts with their back line, it's only going to get pushed up to the midfield and then forwards. And once you have a frantic team, there's no bringing it back. So I think if we just have a settled back line and smart back line like we've been showing, then I think it will show throughout our lines.
And it is the full spirit tonight and the Operation Nighthawks of Honor night as well, the presentation for that going on in the background. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and kickoff for you here from the UNG Soccer Complex.
Follow your dreams. Gain an advantage. Choose the University of North Georgia. UNG offers a unique range of educational programs and services that cannot be matched. Academic prestige, dynamic friendships, and leadership development are all within your reach. Begin your journey today with UNG. At the University of North Georgia, you are the priority. Supported by a student-focused learning environment, UNG is an extraordinary combination of programs, people, and places spanning 4 campuses. Choose your pathway today and thrive.
And a beautiful rendition of the national anthem by the Hawkapellas as they sing the national anthem as we get ready to kick off game number 2 here from the UNG Soccer Complex. Have starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting Clayton State Lakers. Starting as a defender number 4, Jesse Parsons. Also a defender number 5, Jordan Knight. As a forward number 7, Khalil Nakili. As a midfielder number 10, Will Summerfield. As a midfielder number 13, Jake Stevens. As a forward number 16, Ian Smith. As a defender number 17, Nick Bracey. As a midfielder number 18, Carlos Naranjo. As a defender number 22, Tyson Artis. As a starting in goal tonight, the keeper, Leori Freyer. And round out the starting lineup of midfielder Ryan King. And the starting lineup for your University of North Georgia Nighthawks, starting at goal tonight, Michael Samnick. Starting at center back, number 2, Kevin Glenn. The left back, 16, Maddie Shafto. Their impact on the game and try to lead the Nighthawks to victory tonight.
I think Chris Paul is a force to be messed with. He's our left back right now, and to be honest, he had a goal in the last home game that we had here, and he's recently started the past 7 games, and I think he really has something to show. He's a very strong defender. He knows how to get up the line very well, and I think when we play the formation we play, I think it's very effective. So I think we need to pay attention to having a strong defense and being able to attack with that as well.
And we certainly saw that performance from the UNG women in Game 1 as they were able to pick up a 5-0 win against Clayton State. The men will look to keep the good times rolling as we have kickoff. And it's Clayton State who will look to set up possession first. But it's Daniel Bennett who knocks the ball away, and then Adam Farrell right there in tandem defending to get the ball back. And now a long ball played through to the far side, looking for the run of Shafto, but ball just a little bit too long, and so it will roll out for an early Clayton State goal kick. And another statistic worth mentioning in this series between these two teams, the Nighthawks 1-13-2 in this series against Clayton State. Did not pick up their first win in the series until last year when they won at Clayton State, so they're looking to win their second consecutive game in the series. Of course, these two teams have played every year since 2003. In 2003, when Clayton State was known as Clayton College and State University instead of Clayton State. As the Nighthawks have the ball on the near side, Smalley tried to put a cross in, but it's blocked out of play, and it will go out for a Nighthawk throw-in. As that was a 1-0 victory last year, but as we've mentioned, this is a completely different Nighthawk team from the one we saw last year. This team comes in at 500 on the season and are currently sitting at number 2 in the Peach Belt Conference standings, as they have really turned it on in the latter part of the season, as Bennett wins the ball back. And now it's the Nighthawks looking to attack. Hurst tried to chest that ball down to Shafto on the near side. Goes out of play. And perhaps a little bit of what we were talking about in the pregame, Shannon. Tonight, it seems a little bit of frantic back and forth action here. If you're the Nighthawks, what do you do here to really settle down and get into the game and into the flow of the game?
Well, I was always told growing up that it kind of starts with the midfield. If our midfield can get the ball down and start playing the ball around, playing 1-2 passes, just nice, easy passes every now and then you'll start to gain control of the game. And when you can control the speed of the play, then the game is pretty much yours. But if we keep knocking the ball long and not really gaining possession and almost playing a ping-pong match over our midfield, it gets a little hard. But as you can see now, we're starting to possess with the midfield, and I think that's the right start.
As the Nighthawks win a throw-in on the far side, as that was the most coherent passing play they've put together so far in this first half. Atkin on the edge of the box had the ball tackled away, but there's Farrell to get the ball back. Atkin then made a run at his defender, but Clayton State there to win the ball back. But once again, quickly give it back to the Nighthawks as They will look to put together a nice passing play and try to create a chance here early in this first half. And it's now Shafto who scored the game-winning goal in North Carolina on Saturday to give the Nighthawks what was a fantastic 5-4 win. They were down 3 goals with 20 minutes left in the second half and were able to pop off 3 goals and then win in the golden goal extra time. As the ball played into the box off of his line as Samnick, and he will pick that ball up. As he came in the second half of that win against UNC Pembroke, and obviously impressed head coach Pat Parris in holding UNC Pembroke to no goals in the last 30 or so minutes of that game. And so he gets a start tonight. He had been starting the games for the most part in the early part of the season, and then it was about the Lander and Flagler road trip that Connor Domaleski took over for the next several games, and then it's Samnick back in goal tonight. So we'll look to see if he can continue the strong performance, and seen him have some really good games in the past, and if he can have a good one tonight, then certainly gives the Nighthawks a good chance to pick up another win in conference play. As now it's the Lakers with the ball on the edge of the box. Glendon over to cover. Forces across into the box. It's easily cut out. And it's Daniel Bennett trying to get the ball clear. Lost it a couple of times, but working hard to get it back. And now he'll chip the ball long, looking for Hurst, who's able to get up and hold the ball up. And now it's Atkin trying to juggle the ball, and then a foul called against Clayton State for impediment, as Atkin was unable to get around the Clayton State player who was just posted up in his path. And it will be a free kick for the Nighthawks in the attacking half. It'll be Kevin Glendon who'll look to play this ball long. He'll play a diagonal pass to the near side to Colin Maish, who's unable to find Jared Smalley on the near side. And now it's the Lakers who will look to attack. A couple of 1-2 passes, and now a ball played into the middle, and Kevin Glendon in the right place and the right time, able to break up that passage of play, but it's still the Lakers with the ball on the edge of the box. Shot taken on, but Samnick right there able to make the easy catch. And he'll look to send the ball long for the Nighthawks. As a header is won by the Lakers. Paul steps up to try to play the ball long. Takes a deflection, goes into the box, and Samnick will restart the play for the Nighthawks, who will look to play through Paul on the far side. He and Atkin will make a very good 1-2 combo on that far side, both very physical and pacey left-sided players. And look for the Nighthawks to use their pace tonight to try to get in behind and put crosses into the box, which has really been a strength with the 2 forwards they have up top, and Hurst and Shafto, as Atkin tried to take on the shot there. It was blocked away and a little bit misplayed by Maish, but it's Daniel Bennett over to cover. And he'll play a searching ball, diagonal ball, looking for Atkin. It was a little bit short, but headed into space, and now it's Uli Tolo with his first real involvement of the game. Finds Paul, who come forward, plays a nice ball to Shafto, who couldn't tell if he was trying to play through Hurst there or trying to bury one into the corner. Either way, it's deflected out of play and will be the first corner of the night for the Nighthawks. And that'll allow Kevin Glendon to come forward for the Nighthawks. It'll be Ulu Tolo to take the corner, plays it short, looking for Farrell, takes on the shot, and deflected out of play for another Nighthawk corner. And see that a lot from the Nighthawks. They like to pull the ball back to Farrell, and whenever you do take an off-tempo corner like that, Shannon, what does it really cause the defense to do to try to cover that shot?
I think it kind of shakes him up a lot. Coming from a defender myself, a lot of times you're told to keep... Ooh!
As Adam Farrell opens up the scoring for the Nighthawks, coming off of another corner. He was able to get off the end of a broken up corner and volleyed home. As not really sure what the call was. It looked like the ball ended up in the back of the net, but Clayton State will take a goal kick instead. But anyway, to continue your thought, causes the defense to really become shaken up, and what can that cause?
I think that right there was your answer. I think sometimes playing short just throws them off, and they have to rethink and recalibrate. A lot of times they're too focused on their player and not looking at the ball. And just like that, you're able to switch it up, and an opportunity is made. I think they kind of spoke for me on that play right there.
As Akin was able to get the ball and made a couple of nice dribbles into the box, but was unable to complete the dribble, and so Clayton State able to win a throw-in on the far side. They'll look to attack as Nighthawks came very, very close there with Farrell. And now almost play the ball through to Hurst, but they will have a throw-in on the far side. And the throw-in comes to Hurst in the box. He'll play it back to Akin. A nice turn and try to lay it off for Farrell, who was at the top of the box. But now it's Clayton State who will look to play on the break. And shot taken on, but enough interference from Glendon and Bennett, the center backs. And it's an easy save for Samnick. And now the Nighthawks will bring the ball forward on the near side with Shafto, who drops it off to Jared Smalley. Long ball forward looking for Hurst, trying to hold off his man and get to the ball. He'll continue to chase and cause a clearance out of bounds by the Lakers, so it will be a throw-in for the Nighthawks. So we're almost 10 minutes into this first half. One shot apiece for either team. The Nighthawks with the best chance of the night so far. Adam Farrell went just above the bar in the 38th minute off of a second consecutive corner for the Nighthawks. As now the throw-in by Paul, the long one into the box. Hurst went up to challenge. And it goes out for a goal kick. So Nighthawks in their traditional 4-4-2. Have two big, strong forwards up front and two very experienced forwards, Shafto and Hurst. Both seniors on the squad. As Paul able to clear the ball upfield. Hurst drops it off for Shafto. A nice touch to Uli Tolo in midfield. His return ball looking for Shafto was broken up, and now it's Farrell with the ball. Drops it off to Akin, who goes around his man and into the box. Put a nice cross. A couple of players go down, one for each side, and no call as the advantage was played. And now it's Uli Tolo with the ball, takes on the shot, and just wide at the near post. Able to get a shot away, and with that turf and with the ball bouncing like that, Shannon, how tough is it for you to get an accurate volley off of balls like that?
With the spin that ball is coming at, it's almost near impossible. So to get just the right accurate shot takes a lot of skill, a lot of practice, and I would even say a little bit of luck, just in timing.
As this one of the few turf fields you'll see in the NCAA, and a very nice one we have at the UNG Soccer Complex. Definitely makes for some fast pace and entertaining, but sometimes stressful soccer. For the Nighthawks who play here is now Clayton State with the ball on the near side, cutting inside, and Maish able to step in, and Paul completes the clearance. It's now played to Hurst up front, able to hold the ball up momentarily, but the Lakers are back to win the ball back, and they'll look to come forward once more. As a shot taken on, and Samnick able to get behind the ball and makes the easy catch. As Clayton State, as we mentioned, coming into this game, 3-12 overall, 1-6 in the conference. Only scoring 29 goals in 15 games, and Nighthawks have to be favorites coming into this one, as Clayton State giving up 3.5 goals a game. We mentioned that the Nighthawks need to get on the front foot early in this game. And Shannon, how have they done so far in putting their impression on the game and really controlling tempo and playing their style of soccer?
So I think we've created a lot of good chances. I think it's just missing that final touch of just connecting in the final third. But a lot of times that is the key to it. I feel like if they can just keep making the right runs and keep working off of each other and always constantly movement, I think they'll be successful. I think that's just the one last thing is we're missing the right run with the right ball right now. But once that happens, I feel like we'll start meshing and the goals will just start pouring in like they typically do.
And the Nighthawks averaging 2 goals a game, over 2 goals a game this year. And with a combination of the amount of goals Clayton State's given up and the amount of goals the Nighthawks scored, you would certainly think the Nighthawks would have a good chance of reaching their season average in goals a game. As it's Clayton State with the ball in the box now. As the Nighthawks try to play a long ball through. Ball is sent long. And it's the Lakers who will look to possess in midfield. And the Nighthawks really attacking in packs, and that's what that high press does, as you see Jared Smalley win the ball back on the near side and taken down as he was trying to split 2 defenders, but the referee not impressed and no foul given. As now a foul called against Eddie Hurst, and starting to see a little bit of a physical game here as well. We definitely saw one in women's action earlier, as these two teams do play a lot, like we mentioned, played every year since 2003. So certainly familiar opponents, and with familiar opponents also breeds a little bit of rivalry as well, as both teams are from the state of Georgia. We'll look to see if that has any impact on the game. As now it's the Lakers attacking on the near side. Ball played out wide. Maish over to cover. And shot taken on, but once again Samnick right there in good position, able to get behind the ball and make an easy catch. And Clayton State so far have really been kept to taking long shots. As Hurst able to win the knockdown header off that ball, but too much on it as he wasn't able to knock it down enough, and especially on the turf, rolls back quickly to the Clayton State keeper. So he'll send the ball long. Bennett a nice interception, finds Smalley on the near side, left it off to Farrell, tried to play the ball through to Hurst. Hurst closing down the keeper, and had to be a nice move, and was, and really a dangerous move there by Leroy Fryer, as now the Nighthawks have the ball back. Farrell on the edge of the box, still with the ball, cutting inside toward the end line, but too many Clayton State defenders around him, and they'll look to move the ball forward, trying to play on the counter. Daniel Bennett stepping up, a nice interception, and Jared Smalley steps into that tackle, a nice tackle, but knocked down in the process. Now the long ball played, and Colin Maish will just have to see this one out for a Clayton State throw-in on the near side. As it's been the Nighthawks who have tried to play a slow, methodic game for the most part so far, and it's Clayton State who are looking to play an up-tempo, counter-attacking style game, something you would expect them to do. Keep men behind the ball and then throw everyone forward whenever they do win the ball back. And so far it's led to 3 shots, all of them on target so far tonight. As a long throw into the box, and it's Chris Paul who will get on the end of this and clear it away. And it's Akin chasing it down, unable to get there ahead of the Clayton State player, as he was racing over for that ball and went flying into that challenge, came up second best. And now it's the Lakers who will put a cross into the box. Glendon there to head it away. And now it's Shafto who holds the ball up and finds Farrell. Quick passing to Uli Tolo. And it's Hurst dropping back, able to find Shafto quickly. He is caught on the ball too long, and now it's the Pacers who will attack on the far side, as really has not been a break in the action in the last 5 or 6 minutes, and really have to assume that favors Clayton State, as the Nighthawks like to play a pressing game, but not really that up-tempo of a team. What do they need to do to really slow the game down here?
Well, I think Matty Shafter is going to be a very good example of this. He's a very technical and composed player, and I think he goes under the radar a lot, but I think he's exactly what we need right now, and I think if North Georgia just get the ball down and play, then I think a lot could happen for them. Just simple passes, just keeping possession and not being too frantic, not being too physical, just playing our game and not letting Clayton State control the game and the tempo the way they would like to play it.
As now the Lakers will take a little bit of a breather as they play the ball along the back line. The Nighthawks able to settle into their defensive pressing shape, just something that they've had broken so far tonight. And Samnick off his line outside the box, sends that one long, headed down by the Lakers, and it will go out of play for a Nighthawk throw-in. And you've really seen the Nighthawks lose their shape a little bit in this game, and that's just as important as effort is whenever you want to play a high press, as you need everybody to be in their specific area, closing down their specific man, and whenever that can't happen, that's when the press breaks down, and that's whenever opportunities are created. But the Nighthawks will have a throw-in the attacking half. A couple of players lined up over it, Uli Tolo, Farrell, and Jarrett Smalley. Nighthawks will have a chance to put the ball into the box. They're a very good team in the air. And it'll be Smalley. Put this ball into the box toward the far post. Kept in. Shafto tried to head it toward target. Was unable to do so. Akin with the volley and nowhere near, as he did not make a very good connection with the ball at all. And that's something we've seen the Nighthawks do, is really take advantage of set pieces and corners, and one that really comes to mind was a pretty crucial one for the Nighthawks early in the season as they took down what was then the number 5 Palm Beach Atlantic team. The game-winning goal came from Kevin Glendon within the last 10 minutes of the game, and it came off of a corner as he was able to get high in the air and head it home. And looking at both teams, that might be something the Nighthawks can really take advantage of tonight, is their strong physicality and ability to play in the air. As Clayton State with a throw-in on the far side. Nighthawks win it back. Now Paul will play the ball long, and it's Hurst who comes up with the ball. Tried to play it back, and it's deflected, and now Clayton State will have a chance on the counter with the ball on the edge of the box, and it's Samnick off his line, who's able to pick the ball up, but give the assist there to Daniel Bennett, as he was able to hold off the Clayton State player who was charging hard toward that ball in the box. And Samnick able to pick the ball up. And perhaps a little bit of experience there from Bennett. Saw an experienced center back pairing in the first game with Jessica Allen and Jesse Viverica. What do Kevin Glendon and Daniel Bennett bring to the table for the Nighthawks tonight that will help them to possibly keep a clean sheet?
Well, their height is one thing. They win almost everything out of the air, which is extremely crucial. But also just their physicality. They're always willing to go the extra mile, and they're always willing to step in. They're not afraid to step. They sometimes lose their shape in the back because they are willing to step so much, but the aggressive tendency is kind of nice to see and not be so timid. So I think if they can just stay composed and be smart about when they step, they have the air balls won. They have the physicality battle won. I think they have a lot going for them, and both very experienced in the back line here in North Georgia.
As now it's the Lakers who are able to win the ball back, and Nighthawks trying desperately to get it back quickly. It's Chris Paul who slides into a tackle and deflects the ball out of play. Will be a Clayton State throw-in on the far side. As we're just over 22 minutes gone in the first half, neither team able to pick up a goal so far. Expected there to be possibly a few goals in this game, as the Nighthawks are averaging almost 2 goals a game. Clayton State giving up 3 goals, but Clayton State scoring at about 1.5 goals to 2 goals per game as well. And the tempo and the chances being created certainly point toward a goal in this game, but Still a long way to go. Now Clayton State will have a free kick just outside the box. And it is the Lakers who will have a throw in on the near side as the ball deflected off of Colin Maish last. And now it's Maish who is turned around and a ball put into the box. And Lakers let it run through. Another cross into the box, deflected partially by Akin. Maish able to clear the ball away, and Smalley completes the clearance. And now it's Smalley who gives the ball away in midfield. The Lakers, quick 1-2 passes, and now they try to play a diagonal ball on the near side. And will go out for a North Georgia goal kick as Colin Maish was able to get over and hold his man off and was able to allow the ball to bounce out of play. And it will be a free kick to the Nighthawks taken quickly. And the referee will allow it. So now Paul brings the ball forward. Tried to play a probing ball through and finally does find Hurst, who's surrounded, and plays the ball long to the near side. Was deflected out of play. Looked like he was trying to take on a shot from the edge of the box, but the Nighthawks win a throw in. Taken quickly, and now it's Maish with the ball. Drops it off to Smalley. Smalley makes a run infield. Able to get past a couple of defenders. Took on the shot. Deflected. And gets the ball away. And now it's Maish on the near side with the ball. He'll cut inside. Finds Smalley. He's able to play a back heel to Maish. Dooley Tolo trying to drive a ball into Hurst. And deflected away by Clayton State. And now it's the Lakers who will play a ball through. But Kevin Glendon there to sweep it away. Finds Chris Paul, who will settle it down for the Nighthawks. And Maish plays a long ball through, looking for Hurst, but the ball a little bit off the mark, and it will end up in the hands of the Clayton State keeper. This is still a 0-0 score here at the UNG Soccer Complex. In the final regular season game and the final home game for the Nighthawks in the regular season. As Adam Farrell is fouled on the near side, referee tried to play advantage and warns the Clayton State player that's his second foul. You would assume the next one would be a booking for him. They'll have a free kick in a very attacking position here. Of course, with this being a home game, the Nighthawks in their traditional home kits. White top, white shorts, and white stirrups. Clayton State will be in orange and black. The numbers will be orange. They'll have a little bit of an orange mark on the sides of the jersey with black shorts and the black stirrups. Uli Tolo and Smalley both lined up over this one. It'll be Smalley once again, floats it toward the far post, but floated it just a little bit too high as Hurst and Bennett were over in the immediate area. Those were the two targets you would assume he was trying to pick out. So we'll have a couple of substitutions now. Number 9, Alex Grant coming into the game. Also coming in, number 12, Aaron Uzo. So they'll have a straight swap of forwards, and an interesting prospect in Aaron Uzo, 6'4". What can he really bring to the table as a target man for the Nighthawks, who were really looking to get into the play here?
I think having a target forward is extremely important. Our females do this very well with JC Ramey up top, and I think that's what the men are trying to do here as well. When people on the team, like the midfielders and the defenders, have a target forward, it just makes everything seem almost a more direct but very organized form of soccer, and sometimes that's what it takes to get things going. So I think having that target forward who is tall and strong, can hold the ball up top, is very key.
And Samnick able to make up a nice catch there and sends the ball forward. A foul committed in the midfield by Uli Tolo, and it will be a free kick to Clayton State. So they'll have a chance to get the ball out of their own half and put the Nighthawk defense under some more pressure. Nighthawks tonight have yielded 4 shots, 3 of those being on target. Michael Samnick has been up to the task tonight of keeping the Lakers out of the back of the net, though. So he's been able to make 3 saves so far. Of course, Samnick making the first start in a number of games, as he had seemingly ceded the goalkeeping position to Connor Domaleski for most of this Peach Belt Conference. Now Uli Tolo able to find Maish, who makes a nice move and lays the ball forward. Uzo able to hold the ball up, and now Maish makes a nice pass. Alex Grant nudged off of a stride a little bit there, and that perhaps caused the interception. But it's Farrell who wins the ball back in midfield for the Nighthawks. He'll play over to the far side, and Chris Paul, who's making a run out of his left back position. Paul still with the ball, making a run, able to find Grant. Gets it to Atkin on the far side, but offside given against the Nighthawks. And it will be a free kick to the Lakers. As the free kick searching forward. It's knocked down by the Lakers, but cleared away by the Nighthawks as they look to reset their defensive shape. Ball played long to the far side, kept in, and over to cover is Smalley. He'll put a cross put into the box. Samnick having to use all 6'4" of his frame there to tip that ball away, and now it's Michael Atkin trying to get free on the far side, and out of play for a Clayton State throw-in, as Atkin was appealing for a free kick. As the ball now into the box, Samnick off his line, and looks like the referee will give a penalty as Samnick committed a foul just outside the 6-yard box. Came out for that ball and was unable to get there quick enough. Was second to the ball and has conceded a penalty. As Clayton State now with a great opportunity to pick up the first goal in this game as the clock is stopped with 13 minutes and 38 seconds left. Of course, that's something different in NCAA soccer play. We don't have injury time. We have clock stoppage for goals and penalties and things of that nature, as Samnick sent the wrong way, and it's Clayton State who are able to pick up the first goal of the evening from the penalty spot. And it's the Nighthawks who find themselves behind 1-0 as we have 13 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first half. We'll have a couple of substitutions. Ivan Achimovic, Carl Ludwig Eriksson will come into this one for the Nighthawks. Achimovic will play on the left side. Michael Atkin will make his way to the near side, and Ludwig Eriksson will play in the midfield alongside Farrell as Uli Tolo makes his way to the bench. As off the restart, it's Achimovic with his first involvement of the match. And he'll drop it off to Paul. Brings the ball forward. Paul still running. Plays it toward the top of the box. Cleared away. And a couple of really questionable challenges there by the Nighthawks, but the Pacers able to get away. No harm, no foul for either team. And it's Clayton State who is looking to put a second goal up and looking really threatening in the last 3 or 4 minutes, as they were able to put a penalty in the back of the net just a minute ago. And the shot taken on, and it's 2-0 as Samnick was able to make the save initially, but the rebound picked up by the Lakers, and it's 2-0 quickly against the Nighthawks, who are used to playing from a deficit, Shannon, but don't really like to go down 2-0 at home in the first half.
No, it's definitely not ideal, especially a goal like that right after a penalty kick, which is already unfortunate. to ask that of your goal to make 2 saves in a row is a little bit unrealistic. I feel like our back line got caught ball watching a little on that one, and that's a little unfortunate. But like you said, they're used to playing from behind, so maybe we can still pull it through.
And the first goal has officially been credited to Ryan King, who picks up his 9th goal of the season for Clayton State. And he is their leading scorer with 9 goals. Came into this one with 8 goals and 1 assist. Able to pick up the 9th win of the season. As now Clayton State able to win a free kick. And now the ball sent into the crowd, and here on Spirit Night, everybody excited to be a part of the action here at the UNG Soccer Complex. As now a long diagonal ball played by the Lakers. It'll be Paul who will get to this one easily. And now Paul sends it forward. Uzo able to hold the ball up, and now it's Ludwig Eriksson. Brings the ball forward, able to find Achimovic. Tried to play a 1-2 to Eriksson, who had continued his run, which started all the way in midfield. Throw in, and it's Achimovic who now has the ball. And dropped off to Ludwig Eriksson. Puts a cross into the box, cleared away. As we now have confirmation that second goal also by Ryan King, as he's now got a first half brace and moves into double digits on the season in scoring for the Lakers. It's now cross floated into the box, and it's the Lakers who come away with the ball, and a shot taken on, and a third one into the back of the net, as that was Balil Naki, who was able to curl one off of the post, and then it took a deflection off of Samnick as well, and went into the back of the net. And the Nighthawks are now down 3-0 at home and are really reeling after these 3 goals have really come in the span of about 3 or 4 minutes. And when it's going like this for you, Shannon, what can you do to try to, create a few positive chances and just get anything positive going in this game?
I think it starts with just connecting a few simple passes. I think this is how every game should start. It's by making the easy pass and gaining confidence from that. I think if we try to do too much and we try to play too direct, we stop playing the game of soccer that we know how to play. So I think we still need to just play composed, not try to force things, and just remain confident. We have great senior leaders on this team, and we just need to see that right now. We need to see some leadership. We need someone to gain possession of the ball, and there's plenty of soccer to be played, but we just need to be composed and get to business now.
And this is certainly a team that can score a lot of goals in a short period of time. Of course, happened on Saturday as they were able to pull 3 back in 20 minutes to tie the game up. But rather it not come down to that, rather spread those goals out and perhaps pick up 3 in the final 20 minutes when you're only down 1 to get the win, instead of trying to get it all later on in the game. And if the Nighthawks can put a goal in the back of the net here, I think they can go into halftime really with almost a clean slate, even though they'll be down 2 goals. But it's imperative now that they get 1 back before halftime, make this a 2-goal game, and I think it'll be very, very manageable for them. As it's the Lakers who win the ball back, and now they're on the break. Nighthawks caught out a little bit, and it's Glendon. Sends his man inside, and it's across the box. And it's cleared out of play by a backtracking Chris Paul. And it will go out for a Clayton State corner, though. And once again, the Nighthawks turn the ball over with men up the field. And Clayton State almost able to make them pay. So we do have a Clayton State player down. He's now back to his feet. To be a little bit shaken up, as it has been physical play so far in this first half. Of course, we expected that, as both of these teams know each other very, very well. Played year in and year out for the last 11 years. As the clock currently stopped with 8 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first half, the Nighthawks find themselves down 3-0 and really have not been able to get anything going, have yet to put a shot on target so far in this first half. As the Lakers will put an in-swinging ball into the box, wasn't able to beat the first man, which was Maish, but they get the ball back and put it back into the box, and it's cleared out of play by Grant. Will be a throw-in for the Lakers on the near side. So they look to keep the pressure on the Nighthawks, and they've been threatening all night as they have put 6 shots on target so far tonight, and Samnick had done all he could up until the last 10 minutes or so to keep them off the board, but it started with a penalty for Clayton State as that ball goes over the goal for a goal kick for the Nighthawks. It started in the 31st minute as Ryan King was able to slot home a penalty. That was given away when Samnick brought him down in the box trying to come off his line and get the ball, and King would add his quick-fire brace less than a minute later as he was able to pick up a rebound off of a shot that Samnick saved and put it in the back of the net. And then Belial Naki added the third dagger of the first half in the 34th minute as he was able to clinically finish around Samnick at the far post. And that's where we stand as we're now 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first half. That ball played long. Glendon unable to win the ball cleanly, and Samnick having to come a long way off his line to get the ball. And now he'll throw the ball to number 32, Justin Soto, who's come in for Colin Maish. Atkin tried to play the ball through. Will go out of play, and Soto will be the one to take the throw in. The Nighthawks will look to attack on the near side. Soto able to dink that ball through to Atkin, who was nearly able to get it through to Ludwig Eriksson. Key interception by Clayton State, though, and they send it out for a throw-in. Ludwig Eriksson tried a little nutmeg there, but was wrestled off the ball, and now Clayton State will send it long, and a foot race for the ball. That will be won by the Nighthawks, but Atkin can simply only clear the ball away for a throw-in. And the long throw-in comes to the top of the box. A couple of nice 1-2 passes and a really wild shot from Clayton State. Stays in play as Samnick's able to pick the ball off, as it was took a little bit of a funny spin as a clean connection was not made. And now it's the Nighthawks who are in possession. And Ludwig Eriksson tried to play that ball long. Atkin didn't make the run. And it's the Lakers who are able to pick the ball up in the box, as the Nighthawks are desperately trying to get back into this game. And what would a goal do before halftime for their psyche going into halftime, Shannon?
If it just be a boost, like a mental boost, a little bit of confidence going into the game, let them know that the game's not over, that this can be won. It's all mental at this point, and that goal would just really mean a lot for everyone. It would get the crowd going, which would then pump them up. A goal could mean a lot in these next 5 minutes.
As Atkin tried to put a cross into the box, took a deflection and then deflected off of him and stayed in play. And it's Clayton State who were able to clear the ball away, and really has been a mental thing since well before the 3-goal tally. Seemed like Clayton State was getting to every 50-50 ball, and it seems like every break's going their way. You know, the Nighthawks feel that perhaps not getting as many foul calls as they would hope. It is a physical game, but that's just something that they're going to have to play through, it seems like, as the physicality's not going away. The ball went out of play off the shot for a goal kick. And that's another X factor we didn't really talk about much in the pregame. A huge crowd here tonight as it is Fall Spirit Night. You know, we're used to pretty good, pretty boisterous, loud crowds here at the UNG Soccer Complex. But if you could get this crowd into this game, then, it really could be a difference for the Nighthawks. But the 3 goals from Clayton State have really taken the crowd out of the game. And a goal would certainly do a lot to bring them back into the game. So Clayton State still in possession on the near side. Soto unable to make the tackle. And now the interception made by Ludwig Eriksson. Able to find Achimovic, who was trying to play through Akin in space on the near side. Ball played into the box. Unable to be cleared away by the Nighthawks. And now a long ball played toward the inline, kept in. Cross into the box, headed away by Paul. And Grant's able to drop the ball off. And now it's Farrell in possession. All the way back to Samnick. He'll play the ball to Glendon on the far side. He'll look to bring the ball forward with a couple of options. Decides to go long, looking for the run of Uzo, the big 6'4" target forward, able to hold the ball up, but lost out in the end. Nighthawks, though, able to pick up a throw-in on the far side, as we'll have another substitution. Akin will make his way off. And it will be Daniel Joyce to come into the ball game to play on the right side out wide for the Nighthawks. As Uzo drops it off, Paul trying to play it forward. Not a good connection, and Clayton State able to clear the ball away. Nighthawks trying desperately to win the ball higher up the field. And it's Bennett who's able to head the ball away, and now Soto losing out on the challenge, but it's Farrell who's able to drop back down and win the ball back. And now a long ball looking for the fresh legs of Daniel Joyce, with the ball out of play. Will be a Clayton State throw-in. Nighthawks still trying to create something out of nothing and really get the juices flowing with this high-pressing game, trying to cause a Clayton State mistake. As the ball played to the near side, flicked onwards. Soto able to step in and make a nice tackle. And now he'll look to bring the ball forward. A nice move. And able to get past 2 defenders. And now he's got options. Plays it into the box looking for Uzo, but it's headed out of the box. And Clayton State will now be in possession. Thought perhaps he might look for the run of Joyce, who had come open and would have been a much simpler pass. But decided instead to go long for Uzo. And it's Clayton State now with a cross into the box, cleared away. And it's Paul who will bring it out of the box for the Nighthawks. Finds Achimovic on the far side. Really need to get him involved if you're the Nighthawks. He's a really key playmaker in that midfield. Experienced and very, very crafty. As Ludwig Eriksson loses out. And now it's Clayton State who will look to attack again. And it's the Lakers content to take their time as we're approaching a minute left in the first half. Up 3-0, not trying to do anything crazy here. Just trying to take that 3-0 lead into halftime and leave the Nighthawks with it all to do in the second half. And they do have an awful lot to do. What can they do? What do you see that the Nighthawks can do differently in the second half, Shannon, that would really give them a chance to get back into this ball game?
Well, I think it starts with their back line. I think we've had a little bit of lazy defending and a little bit of ball watching. But I think it starts with them. Once it starts with them and we have a few good confident tackles, a few good confident clears, then I think the momentum will shift. I then think our forwards need to connect more. I think sometimes playing up top, just 2 up top can be a little challenging, but I feel like we have very experienced forwards that can get the job done, and I just think they need to get 1 or 2 really good connections going, and the momentum will shift. If we get that momentum to shift, things will happen for this North Georgia team.
As the countdown starts at the end of the first half, the Nighthawks will go into halftime down 3-0 on Fall Spirit Night, and the last home game of the regular season for them here in Dahlonega. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, we'll have some halftime statistics, and we'll break down that first half for you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Before contemplating the many choices on Steak and Shake's $4 menu, one must calm the mind in our Zen garden. Focus. The garlic double steak burger meal. Reflect. The taco salad meal. The original double and cheese steak burger meal.
Oh!
The $4 menu, where all meals are under $4 at Steak and Shake.
This is why we love sports. It's in the way they play, free from the pressures and all the money talk. Playing for simply the love of the game, where everyone has a shot at their definition of success on and off the field. This is what we love about sports, and what we can still love about college sports.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The 2017 NCAA Final Four, the ultimate experience for college basketball fans. The passion, the spectacle, and the pageantry of college basketball's premier event. Make your plans now to head to Phoenix for the 2017 NCAA Final Four, April 1st and 3rd at University of Phoenix Stadium. Visit ncaa.com/MBB tickets to apply for your seats today.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
It's on us, all of us, to make sexual assault unacceptable.
Take the pledge at itsonus.org and be a part of the solution.
We are challenging every Division II campus to take the pledge, to make a statement, and to make sexual assault unacceptable, because it's on us!
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
It starts right when you hit the court. You imagine your finest moment. The game-winning shot that gets you to the dance, a monster dunk or no-look pass, and cutting down the net. Sports lets us dream of our own success and prepare us for our finest moments on and off the court.
From court to court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub. With exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours. The home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I want everyone to rally behind such a great cause for Make-A-Wish. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the school. it's for the kids that we'll be helping. It's for them.
And it's not just raising money for a charity, it's raising money to make this kid's dream come true.
I never, still to this day, would have thought that it would have touched me the way that it did that day. To truly say that it was a life-changing moment for myself is true. And I think it was for our program, our team, and our university. It was truly one of the most memorable experiences of my coaching career.
You really just see the community come together to make this event special and make it unique. And I think that's one thing that we like to try to brand ourselves with here at UNG is we're unique, and we like to do the special, small things that make children's lives and dreams come true.
And welcome back to the UNG Soccer Complex. The Nighthawks find themselves down by a 3-0 score at halftime, as Clayton State really dominated that first half, and scoring started for them in the 31st minute as Ryan King was able to slot home a penalty kick goal as he won the penalty as Michael Samnick came off his line and brought him down just outside the 6-yard box inside the penalty box itself, and so was able to win the penalty and slotted it home. And King would pick up the quick-fire brace less than a minute later as he was able to get on the end of a deflected save from Samnick. Shot was taken on by Will Summerfield, and then King was able to steer it home for the second goal of the first half. And Clayton State would round out the scoring less than 2 minutes later as Bilal Naki was able to pick up his third goal of the season. He was able to get around North Georgia player in the box and was able to finish around Samnick, who was able to deflect the ball off the post and in. And so in the span of about 3 minutes, Clayton State able to put 3 goals up, and that's where we stand at the end of the first half. Clayton State was able to get 10 shots away in that first half, 7 of them on target. And the Nighthawks able to get 5 shots away, but have yet to put 1 on target, as they really struggled in the first half. And Shannon, what could you tell, what did you think was the main issue that caused the Nighthawks to give up 3 goals and on top of that not even get a shot on target in that first half?
Well, I think it was a little bit of silly defending. I think a lot of it was impatient stabbing and not really holding up and being a smart defender. So I think it takes a little bit of team defending in the back. If we don't have team defending in the back, there's not much we can do to prevent goals from going in. I think that's us then relying too much on our keeper to make a save that may be a little too impossible. Our forwards, to be honest, we were kind of just playing hopeful balls, and I think it takes a little more than that. It's going to take an actual game plan. It's going to take working off each other and making runs off each other in order to make this work. But once we get that done, I think we have a shot.
Well, certainly the Nighthawks not down and out of it, as we've seen them come back time and time again this year. We saw them score 4 goals in 10 minutes against USC Aiken their last time out here on October 15th. Saw them score 3 goals in 20 minutes to come from 3 goals down and eventually beat UNC Pembroke in extra time last Saturday. But taking a look at the keys to the game, we first mentioned in the pregame that the Nighthawks needed to look to play through the experienced Shafto and Hurst, and neither of them finished the first half. And what do you think the two of them could do better in the second half? Was it more just a chemistry issue, or did you see them having issues with the Clayton State back line? What can they do to be a little bit more effective in that second half?
Yeah, I think playing a two-top, I think it definitely takes going the extra mile. I think you can really want a goal really bad, but not going the extra mile is not going to get them anywhere. I really think they need to push each other. They need to drop back. They need to make movements off the ball. They need to constantly be moving. They need to constantly be making runs. They need to constantly be begging for the ball. They need to make things happen. Those are 2 seniors up there, and they need to step up and they need to start, one, calling for the ball and making the right runs and begging for the right decisions, but also leading their team through communication and just organization. If that can happen, then a lot of things can happen.
What do you see the Nighthawks as a team needing to do in the second half to try to get back into this game? Do they need to try to maybe put more forwards in the game, or do you see a change of formation, or do they just need to be a little bit I guess, tighter on the ball and be a little bit less sloppy in their possession?
Well, I guess it needs to start off with just being a little less sloppy. I feel they'll come out of the same formation and try to go from there and win soccer the way that they tend to win soccer. But if it gets later in the game, we get 20 minutes down and we're still 3-0.
In college athletes, only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs, no private jets, no fan clubs, no Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
It's on us, all of us, to make sexual assault unacceptable.
Take the pledge at itsonus.org and be a part of the solution.
We are challenging every Division II campus to take the pledge, to make a statement, and to make sexual assault unacceptable because it's on us!
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for giving.
Thank you.
Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for helping me be a Nighthawk.
I coined my definition of success in 1934. My definition of success is peace of mind attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. It's like reputation and character. Reputation is what others perceive you to be. Character is what you are.
I am a brother.
I'm a freshman.
I am an artist.
I am an entrepreneur.
I am a civilian.
I am a junior.
I am an ambassador.
I am a music teacher.
我是国际学生.
I am a commuter.
I'm an actor.
I am an intern.
I am a researcher.
I am a senior.
I am an athlete.
I am a veteran.
I am a sister.
I am a sophomore.
I am a singer. I am an educator.
I am a scientist.
I am a resident.
I am a writer.
I am a leader.
I am a cadet.
I am a volunteer.
I am a musician.
I am a tutor.
We are UNG.
I want everyone to rally behind such a great cause for Make-A-Wish. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the school. It's for the kids that we'll be helping. It's for them.
And it's not just raising money for a charity, it's raising money to make this kid's dream come true.
I never, still to this day, would have thought that it would have touched me the way that it did that day. To truly say that it was a life-changing moment for myself is true. And I think it was for our program, our team, and our university. It was truly one of the most memorable experiences of my coaching career.
You really just see the community come together to make this event special and make it unique. And I think that's one thing that we like to try to brand ourselves with here at UNG is we're unique, and we like to do the special, small things that make children's lives and dreams come true.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
This would be a great day to play perfect, wouldn't it?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Before contemplating the many choices on Steak and Shake's $4 menu, one must calm the mind in our Zen garden. Focus. The garlic double steak burger meal. Reflect. The taco salad meal. Zen. The original double and cheese steak burger meal.
The $4 menu, where all meals are under $4 at Steak and Shake.
And welcome back to the UNG Soccer Complex. Second game of the doubleheader tonight. The men find themselves down by a 3-0 score to Clayton State. Quickly before the second half starts, we'll tell you a little bit about the game that went on immediately before this one. It was the women's soccer team taking on Clayton State as well in their final home game of the regular season, and they were able to win by a 5-0 score. Big headline in that one, J.C. Ramey able to pick up a 61-minute hat trick. Molly Arundel added 2 more as the Nighthawks were able to hold Clayton State to one shot in that second half. And also a notable fact from that game with the win, the Nighthawks ensured that they would host a Peach Belt Conference game next week. That'll take place on Wednesday. The time or the opponent has not been set, as they still have one more game to play. They'll play Armstrong State Sunday at 1 p.m. in Savannah, and that will largely go toward determining if they end up in the 2 through 4 spot hosting the game. Everyone's back out on the field for the second half. I'm Thomas Kendrick with Shannon Colum as we have 45 more minutes left in the second half. The Nighthawks down 3-0, and they are certainly down but not out of it. We'll see if they make any changes in the way they play or their formation as we start the second half. Go ahead and set the lineup for you. Maddie Shafto, Eddie Hurst up top. Ivan Achimovic stays on as a sub on the wide side, on the near side. Jared Smalley returns on the far side as a wide midfielder. The midfield for the Nighthawks, it'll be Adam Farrell and Jordan Day, who will be the 2 midfielders for the Nighthawks. As it looks like they've gone to
it almost looks to be a 3-5-2.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out because I see Maish and Glendon and Bennett, but then Evan Davis is playing a little bit in front of them with Day and Farrell. So it looks like they have gone to 3 in the back, and they're perhaps looking to play a little bit more attacking as they try to overload the midfield. So they have 3 central midfielders, 2 wide midfielders, and 2 forwards. So Coach Pat Paris obviously sensing that something needs to be done. And it's not a positive start, though, as Clayton State will have a free kick just a few yards outside the box in a very threatening position. Free kick taken on, and Michael Samnick in goal able to make the catch on the line. And with the Nighthawks going to that, what looks to be a 3-5-2, what do you expect them to do in the second half with 3 at the back and more players in midfield?
Well, to be honest, I almost see it going a little more direct than what North Georgia used to be playing. I don't see much possession out of the back anymore, and I see that long ball to the corners and a little bit more possession through the midfield, which would be honestly really refreshing to see.
So we'll see if they can come up with that. As a goal kick taken, and Evan Davis getting his first action of the night, coming on as a sub to start the second half. Looks like he'll sit just in front of that back 3 to try to equate it the best we can. It would almost be like an Eric Dyer holding midfield that you see a lot with Spurs, although they do play 4 at the back and love to send their fullbacks forward, so a little bit different there. But Jordan Davis and Adam Farrell will look to provide the leg work, perhaps to link up the midfield. And then you have Achimovic and Smalley, the wide midfielders, and Shafto and Hurst up front. So we'll see if the Nighthawks can get back into this game. They're down 3-0 in their last game of the season. They'd love to at least pick up a draw and maybe pick up a win in this final game as they head into Peach Belt Conference action. As it's Farrell who drops the ball off for Day. He's in a lot of space, finds Achimovic on the near side. He'll look to cut inside. Plays the ball to Hurst, holds it up well. Hurst surrounded by 3 defenders, holding ball up in the box. Achimovic still with the ball in the box. Goes to ground, trying to get a cross off. It's blocked away, and Clayton State will look to bring the ball forward. There's now a long ball played over the top, and Glendon able to do just enough to keep the ball going back to the keeper. And Samnick will send it to Maish on the near side as he drops back into more of a central defending role, usually a right back for the Nighthawks. He'll now bring the ball forward. And it looks like whenever he wants to go forward, either Day or Davis will be the ones to drop in for him. Can probably assume the same for anybody that wants to go forward, as Jordan Day with a lot of experience at center back. Evan Davis, usually a holding midfielder, a lot of size, could also deputize at center back if anyone gets caught going forward. Nighthawks, though, will have a corner. Then swinger toward the far post. It's headed away by Clayton State, and a race to the ball will be won by the Nighthawks. Farrell plays the ball forward looking for Shafto, who goes down, and it will be a free kick for the Nighthawks as Shafto was adjudged to have been fouled in the process. Quickly puts the ball into the box. Smalley tried to head that one on to goal. Very promising there. Smalley just not able to get on top of the ball enough, and a good idea, though, from the Nighthawks to go quickly to try to get that ball into a good position. They were able to do so. We're just lacking that final touch, but Clayton State giving up, as we said, just about 3.5 goals a game. You know there are goals in the game for the Nighthawks. It's just up to them to put the finishing touches on it as that long ball sent forward. And now the ball into the box. Glendon over to cover, and it's put back into the middle and sent wide by the Lakers. Will go out for a corner as it was deflected out. And with 5 minutes gone in the second half, Shannon, what do you think of the formation change for the Nighthawks so far?
Well, so far it's looked pretty promising. This last play doesn't really do that much justice, but I feel like for the most part it's been in our attacking third, and that is very promising. We have a lot of very skilled forwards, and I think this formation kind of gets us an opportunity to display that. So hopefully it continues to be a promising formation for us.
Short corner taken, and ball put into the box, headed wide. Looked like that was Kevin Glendon who headed it wide, so it will be another corner for Clayton State. They're looking to keep the ball pinned into the North Georgia attacking third, up 3-0. And this Clayton State team we mentioned, coming into this game, they were 3-12 overall, 1-6 in conference. And this would be a huge win for them as they are tied at the bottom of the standings with Georgia Southwestern and USC Aiken. Right now, Clayton State would be in the Peach Belt Conference tournament as the 8th seed, as that ball was sent wide and very nearly another goal for the Lakers. So they would love to hold on to this 3-0 lead and increase their chances of making the Peach Belt Conference tournament. That ball chested down by Davis, and it's the Lakers who will come away with the ball. A couple of Nighthawks over to try to win it, but it's the Lakers who keep possession, and now with some slick passing have the ball on the edge of the box, but it's Daniel Bennett who's there to clear the ball away, and Achimovic holds it up for Maish, finds Farrell in midfield, play a long ball, and it'll be Bennett who will head over to pick the ball up and now bring it upfield. Got it stuck in his feet a little bit, and that allowed the Clayton State defender to get back and win the ball back. And now Bennett called out of position, trying to keep the counter from happening, and is momentarily able to break it up. Now it's the Lakers looking to attack again. As the ball put into the box, Bennett over, tried to make the block. Cross into the box, cleared away by Glendon, and now Farrell trying to free up Achimovic, has it intercepted. Header one by Day, who plays it forward, looking for Hurst, who's beaten to the ball, but Hurst working hard, almost won that ball back at the midfield line, but it's Colin Maish who will eventually end that run of play and win the ball back for the Nighthawks, and they'll look to bring the ball forward as Davis making a nice run in midfield. Plays it out to Jordan Day. It was initially knocked away, but Day able to recover Now the Nighthawks will look to settle things down and try to get the ball into attacking third. All the way back to the keeper, Samnick, who tried to play a diagonal ball to Maish on the near side. It's Davis who breaks it up in midfield, and now Day had a chance to put Achimovic through. His pass was a little bit off. But the Nighthawks not punished, as Day now with the ball. Drops it off to Maish. Drops it off to Davis, back to Glendon. Over to Maish, as the Nighthawks trying to break through. A little bit of Clayton State pressure. As Glendon now plays a searching ball forward, looking for Smalley. It's cleared away. Davis, the big body, able to win the ball back in midfield, and now holds on to the ball and drops it off to Shafto. Plays the ball forward to Achimovic. Achimovic able to win the ball back, is almost knocked to the ground, puts a cross that is blocked out of play, and it will be a corner for the Nighthawks, and certainly a good opportunity there. Achimovic able to hold the ball up and try to put a cross to flash across the face of goal, and it was deflected out for a corner. And then swinging corner taken toward the far post. It looked like Eddie Hurst, who was able to get to the ball. That was Jared Smalley that took the corner. Hurst was able to get a header, but was already on his way back down after going high in the air, and sent the ball over for another Clayton State goal kick. There's a lot of size on the field for the Nighthawks right now. Day and Evan Davis, both 6-foot midfielders. You've got Bennett and Glendon, who are so good in the air. You've got Hurst, who's a really strong Alabite, not necessarily really tall forward, but holds the ball up well. As Achimovic tried to find Shafto, who was unable to hold the ball up. And now it's Clayton State who will look to bring the ball forward, relieve a little bit of Nighthawk pressure. Nighthawks able to win the ball back, and now it's Adam Farrell in a ton of space at the midfield. Not too many runs forward, only had 2 forwards in front of him, but Nighthawks slow it down as Day is able to find Achimovic. Right back to Day. He's under a little bit of pressure, able to find Hurst, who's unable to hold the ball up. Day goes into a tackle. But it's the Lakers who come away with the ball, and now they're looking to attack. 2-on-4 here in the box. Maish went sliding in, and foul called against Clayton State. And it will be a free kick for the Nighthawks as referee stops time. And now he says you can go ahead and play the ball forward. Does so on the free kick is Samnick. And the ball headed back by the Lakers, and a little bit of pressure put on by the Nighthawks. Keeper chips the ball to the near side, and Davis fouled his man, and will be a free kick now to Clayton State. As we've had a little bit more of a lull in play here in the last 5 or 6 minutes. It was really back and forth action to start the second half. But Clayton State have just been able to really take a little bit of the bite out of this North Georgia attack. As now the ball set long. It's Hurst who's able to hold the ball up. Unable to find Day initially, but Day able to make the recovery, and now he's trying to spearhead this Nighthawk attack. Day long to Achimovic on the near side. He'll keep the ball in and put a cross into the box. Hurst able to get his head to the ball, and that's the first goal for the Nighthawks. And it's Eddie Hurst off the cross from Ivan Achimovic, and the Nighthawks get a goal early in the second half, and now it's suddenly a 3-1 lead, but more importantly, results for the Nighthawks in the second half. And Shannon, what really made that goal for the Nighthawks?
Well, honestly, it was a beautiful run up the line, and then just great vision from our midfield just to find that ball. And then Eddie Hurst just always being in the right spot at the right time, and his execution is just key. That's what we look for in a senior forward, is when that chance comes to finish it and put the ball away, and that's exactly what happened. That was just overall a fantastic goal.
And for Hurst, that's his first goal of the game. Of course, we mentioned last time the Nighthawks played here against USC Aiken, Hurst was able to pick up the first hat trick in UNG men's history. So he continues his prolific streak for the Nighthawks, as it's now Clayton State with the ball again. Cross is deflected out of play. Will be a corner for the Lakers. And suddenly the Nighthawks only find themselves down 2 goals. And how much of a psychological difference is it for the Nighthawks to be down only 2 goals instead of 3 and to actually have yourself now on the board, Shannon?
Oh, it's absolutely huge. A 2-1 lead is not, or a 3-1 lead, just 2-goal difference is not much. 1 goal, and this is a game again. And with 31 minutes left to play in this game, it's everything. So getting that goal early and quick leaves North Georgia almost at advantage point. And if we can keep the momentum, then I think we're a force to be reckoned with.
As that long ball won in the air by Clayton State. And they'll look to keep possession. That goal on the year is the 7th for Eddie Hurst. Leads this North Georgia team in both goals. He's got 7 goals now for the lead, and assists he's got 6. As Achimovic into the box, puts a ball across the box. Shafto drifted in a little bit too far, but the Nighthawks will keep possession. Once again, a cross put into the box, headed away. Davis does a good job to keep possession for the Nighthawks and finds Maish on the near side, as the Nighthawks really looking good to get that second goal to get them back into the game. A nice flick on by Achimovic, cross put in by Maish, and it will go out for a Nighthawk corner though, and Nighthawks quickly back in an attacking mindset and really wanting to get that second goal and look like they're definitely capable of getting it. And you would think that almost certainly the second goal would get this Nighthawk crowd back into the game, as it'll be Smalley to take the corner. Tried to play it to Farrell at the top of the box. Not really a good corner there. And now it's Clayton State looking to attack off of it. It's Daniel Bennett over to cover on the near side. And now a ball played into the box by the Lakers. And it's going to be a 4th goal, as the Nighthawks are caught on the counter from that corner. And suddenly that goal is neutralized, and it's going to be a 4-1 Clayton State lead. As the goal looks like it came from Ian Smith. We'll wait to see who it was credited to. Either way, the Nighthawks have their goal basically become irrelevant again, as it's now another 3-goal lead. And a quick shot taken on and very nearly scored by the Nighthawks off of that restart. They tried to catch the keeper off his line, and it was very nearly a quick-fire goal. As the goal was given to number 7, Bilal Naki. That's his second goal of the game. And it was really a dagger for the Nighthawks, who had gotten it back to 2 goals and were very nearly able to score the second. But off of a corner from Jared Smalley that he tried to take short, Clayton State was able to beat the Nighthawks on the counter, who had committed men forward for the corner, as they had to, down 2 goals midway through the second half, and really cost them dearly. As now it's the Lakers with possession and momentum, and a foul committed by Achimovic on the near side will give them another free kick. And the referee over just to make sure that a few words between the two players doesn't turn into anything more. Free kick will be put into the box toward the far post, headed high in the air by Glendon, and Samnick will come out to make the easy save. He'll spray it out to the far side, and it'll be Smalley who brings the ball forward and tons of space for the Nighthawks. Tried to play it inward to Hurst. Initially lost by the Nighthawks, but Hurst working hard gets it back, and now it's Achimovich. Brings the ball down. Could not find Farrell making the run into some space, but the Nighthawks still with possession. Maish plays it to Day in the middle of the field. Able to go past a couple of defenders, and he's brought down, so it will be a Nighthawk free kick. And certainly in a tricky range for the Nighthawks. Of course, Jordan Day on the field. Very good free kick taker for the Nighthawks. Saw him score in the first match of the season against Barry from a similar spot. It looks like it'll be Eddie Hurst who will try to take on this shot. You would assume the way everybody's lining up, he's going to go for the shot, and the fact he's not in the box also points to that. Hurst takes it on and was always going high as too much power, not enough precision from him, and it will be a goal kick. So we'll have a substitution. Looks like it'll be Michael Atkin who will come back into the game. Shafto will leave, so perhaps a little bit of veteran savvy for an injection of pace, as Atkin is a very, very quick player and has a lot of pace. And Coach Paris perhaps trying to play him through, as Day able to make a couple of nice touches, but it eventually loses out in midfield, and now the Nighthawks will have to do well to recover. Evan Davis back commits a foul, and we'll see if there's any further punishment against him. Looks like it will only be the foul. No card from the referee, as that foul was not really outside many that we've seen so far, certainly in the first half and halfway through the second half. As the free kick taken quickly. And now a cross put into the box. Headed away, but not all the way by the Nighthawks. As it's now Clayton State putting the ball back into the box, but an easy save for Samnick. And he'll bring the ball to the top of the box, looking to get a Nighthawk attack started. And he'll send the ball along now, looking for Hurst. Holds the ball up. Makes a couple of nice moves. Plays through Atkin. Atkin trying to cut inside and spent too much time on the ball, and it's knocked away. Looked like he could not make the right decision there. Couldn't decide whether to take on the shot or try to dribble through traffic, and had the ball knocked away. And another agonizingly close moment for the Nighthawks. It's now a long ball played to Hurst. Is headed away, and now it's Atkin. Back this way into the box. He's brought down in the box. Referee says get up, no foul. Said that emphatically as both players went to the ground simultaneously. Perhaps the reason the referee did not give the foul. As a miss header there from Glendon, and Samnick off his line to pick the ball up. And Shannon, you've got less than 25 minutes left in the second half. How on earth do you come back from 3 goals down to try to send this game to extra time?
I think one at a time. I think it's going to take a spark, though. I think it's going to take something special from someone special. I think it's simple decisions, too. We're in the box and we're dribbling rather than taking a shot. I think we need to play simple and get to work rather than trying to be cute and fancy about it. And then I believe that this Nighthawk team can do it. They've done it before.
Look for them to try to play a little more simple. As we mentioned, there are goals to get there against this Clayton State defense. Certainly have been opportunities for the Nighthawks tonight. They've either not made the right decision or they've really lacked the finishing touch when the right decision was made. As a cross now put into the box and kept out one and then shot wide, and the Nighthawks nearly went down by 4 goals there, but perhaps a little bit of luck as Samnick was unable to really handle the first shot, and it spilled out into the box, and it was a scramble from there. Clayton State sent it just wide. And now the goal kick by Samnick. Farrell unable to win the ball at midfield, but it's Bennett who heads it back to Jordan Day. One touch pass to Smalley, who knocks it up in the air. And Hurst battling for the ball, unable to win it, but the Nighthawks able to win the ball back in midfield. And now Hurst able to find Atkin, who makes a couple of nice touches and finds Evan Davis. Plays it out to Jared Smalley. Plays a diagonal ball to Hurst at the top of the box. He tried to lay it off for Farrell or Davis. Both were in the area. But instead now it's Clayton State who will look to play on the break, and they momentarily had an even advantage. And now the ball sprayed to the far side. Will be Daniel Bennett over to cover. And the shot taken on and nowhere near from the Lakers. So it will be a goal kick to the Nighthawks. As they were able to pick up a goal after going 3-0 down here in the second half, thanks to an Eddie Hurst headed goal. That came in the 58th minute, but quickly in the 60th minute, Clayton State, off of a promising North Georgia corner, as they'd done well to get there, and really against the play did that fourth Laker goal come. But since then, it's been the Nighthawks who have been pushing men forward, trying to get another goal and really try to get back into this game, as they've really done a better job of threatening in the second half. Have gotten shots on target, of course picked up a goal. As now a foul committed against the Nighthawks on the edge of the box, and it will be a promising free kick for them. And a yellow card will be handed out, the first one of the night, by the referee. And really a little bit surprising with the physical play and some of the fouls we've seen in this game that was the first yellow card handed out. But it will come with 21 minutes and 15 seconds left, and that's where the clock will stop as well. As now it'll be a couple of Nighthawks to line up over this one. Looks like Jordan Day and Jared Smalley, the two guys over there, taking a look at this. One a right foot, one a left foot. So we'll see what the decision is here. Referee having to back the wall up to its appropriate distance from the ball. And it'll be Day to put this one into the box and really into a dangerous area, but no one there for the Nighthawks to try to get on the end of it and turn it into the net. But all in all, a good free kick taken by Day. He's a really, really good free kick taker. Really, really accurate with his kicks, and an accurate one there. Put it in the area, but no one there for the Nighthawks. So it goes out for a goal kick. As time ticks onward in the second half, the Nighthawks up against it, down 4-1. We've seen them come back from 3 goals down last Saturday. Don't like to make a habit of it, though, as the ball into the box was spilled forward. Day calling for a handball. His protests are waved off as that ball momentarily was spilled into the box. It looked like if Day had been just a half second earlier, he might have had a chance to get on through on goal, but Nighthawks were fended off, and they'll now have to attack again. Long ball sent forward, looking for Farrell behind him, and it'll be cleared away by Clayton State. Will be a Nighthawk throw-in. And Mace drops it off for Farrell. He'll play a diagonal ball to Smalley, who's in a lot of space. Smalley brings the ball down, puts a cross into the box, looking for Hurst, but Smalley not able to beat the first man, but it does go out for a Nighthawk corner. And it'll be Achimovic who will head over to take the corner for the Nighthawks. The left-footed Achimovic will look to put an in-swinging corner in here. Haven't seen the Nighthawks take a couple of them close, but you would think they would put this one into the box, and they do. Float it up, and Hurst mistimes his jump, but not able to get anything on the ball, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. And at midfield, you can see Adam Farrell trying to pump up the North Georgia players. Clayton State making a plethora of substitutions, up 4-1. But the Nighthawks do have a never say die attitude as free kick one at midfield. It'll take a really special effort for them to come back from this one, though. It's really been a struggle for them all night. Just haven't really looked on the same page all night long. Zachimovic, a little bit of a heavy touch, being pulled back, able to get away from his man. He's now into the box. Zachimovic cuts back, drops it off, and it'll be Davis who goes down and committed a foul and trying to hold that ball up. As it's really been against the Nighthawks all night. Seen a lot of complaining from them about the officiating. Can't really do anything about that. And they just have not been as sharp as we've seen them all season long, as that ball played over the top and Bennett able to get back and clear it away. And it's cleared out of play. By Zach Tibbs, forward, who's come into the ball game. As a corner into the box and cleared out of play by Glendon, will be a Clayton State throw-in. So the Lakers with the throw-in on the near side, trying to look to see this game out, pick up a huge win in conference play for them on the road against what had been a very hot North Georgia squad, as the ball bounces around in the box. And it will go out for another Clayton State corner. As Tibbs came on for Jared Smalley amidst a slew of Clayton State substitutions. Shams El Kabawi, Carl Addy Jr. coming in for them. As the ball out of play for North Georgia throw-in. And we'll have another substitution. Alex Grant will come into this ball game for Eddie Hurst. As the Nighthawks now just trying to put on fresh legs. And with two more forwards coming onto the field, what do you expect to see as far as the passing attack from the Nighthawks, Shannon?
Well, I hope to see it increase. Adding some forwards to the field, especially forwards that have speed and pace behind them. I hope to see a little bit more of attack, a little bit of a spark, the exact spark we need, hopefully. It's going to take a lot of effort, and it's going to take some hard work, but hopefully by pumping some numbers and some fresh legs, we can get something going here.
As the Nighthawks desperately need a goal to get something going, and here soon as we reach the 15-minute mark left in the second half of what is really, can't put it any other way, it's been a disappointing performance for the Nighthawks. Came in with a 6-2 record in conference play against a Clayton State team that, to put it mildly, has struggled for most of the season. As that shot put toward goal and flashes wide for a North Georgia goal kick, but they've really been the better side tonight. They've put together the better passing attack, and they've really been the better team, and certainly don't look like a team that's 3-12 on the season and 1-6 in conference. As Sam Nick sends the ball long, and it will go out for a North Georgia throw-in. Throw-in taken quickly, and it's Day. Plays the ball to Evan Davis in the midfield. Plays it Akin up top, who's really been held quiet except for a couple of minutes where he really had a chance in the box but was caught on possession. And it's Maish now to Achimovic. Maish all the way back to Glendon, a bad pass, and Glendon taken down, and it will be a foul given against Clayton State. As the Nighthawks try to take it quickly, the referee points back to the spot he wants it. And now there'll be the restart in play. Smash finds Achimovic on the near side. Bad touch. And Clayton State able to clear again. Maish, a nice move. Able to make a run up from the center back position. Finds Akin. One touch looking for Achimovic. He's able to keep the ball in play. Cross put into the box. No one there. Cleared away. And Evan Davis commits a foul in the air and gives Clayton State a free kick. As we're getting really, really late in this ball game, Nighthawks down 4-1 as a long ball headed away by Day. Looking, and it's Achimovic who will keep the ball. Tried to play through the legs of the defender, and it was knocked away, and now it's Clayton State who will look to attack. Nice defending by the Nighthawks, and Achimovic a 1-2 with Maish, who makes a nice move there. Finds Farrell in the midfield, who plays the ball on to Daniel Bennett. As the Nighthawks are now committing more and more players forward. Bennett's pass intercepted, but he's back in the right position to get the ball back, and now Farrell plays the ball long, trying to find the run of Achimovic, but it's knocked down, and now it's Grant with the ball. Plays it to Smalley on the far side. Puts the ball into the box, high floating, and the keeper able to punch away, but nothing more. And Akin able to put his man off enough and keep the ball for the Nighthawks. Day takes on the shot, but unable to make a good connection with it. Goes out of play for a Clayton State goal kick. So we'll have another substitution for the Nighthawks. It'll be Santo Ulitolo who will come on to the game, and it'll be Jordan Day who exits. So perhaps a little bit more creativity, and Ulitolo usually plays a little farther up the field than Jordan Day does. The Nighthawks are becoming increasingly desperate to try to create chances. As the goal kick a little bit short and won by the Nighthawks, and now it's Farrell. Plays the ball forward looking for Grant. It's cleared away. And it's Bennett over to cover, who wins the throw-in for the Nighthawks. Wasn't sure if that was a throw-in or a foul committed, but it went off a Clayton State player last, and now it's Evan Davis off the throw-in with the ball. Plays a diagonal ball looking for Achimovic, but long ball a little bit behind Achimovic, who was unable to come back and get it. So it does go out for a Clayton State throw-in. And off the throw-in, foul committed by the Nighthawks, so Clayton State will be able to bleed this clock a little bit more. So they'll take their time getting to this free kick and taking it. Even though they are up 3 goals, we know the Nighthawks can score goals in quick succession, so if they were to get a goal back in the next minute or two, it would certainly give them a chance. As the free kick able to be cleared away by the Nighthawks. Grant has to hold up for it, now tries to play through Tibbs on the far side. Tibbs over to cover and wins a throw-in for the Nighthawks. Taken quickly to Farrell in the midfield. He'll play the ball long, looking for the run of Achimovic. Holds it up, gets inside. Achimovic looking to take on the shot. It's deflected. Achimovic wins it back. Taken down on the edge of the box. Ulitolo takes on the shot. It's deflected. Akin had the ball stuck at his feet, trying to get it out to Tibbs. He's able to do so. Tibbs, couple of moves, and Akin never made the run. Miscommunication on that far side, and it goes out for a goal kick. As the Nighthawks had another opportunity there. But it will be another Clayton State goal kick. As Glendon sends the ball high in the air. And it's Davis who will win the header, but falls to Clayton State. Long ball played. Maish trying to hold off his man, unable to do so. Gets back and unable to be cleared, and the shot taken on and flashes just wide again for Clayton State, as North Georgia really continues to struggle to try to clear the ball whenever it is in the box. Jordan Day will re-enter the game for Evan Davis, and it'll be Smalley who comes on for Zach Tibbs. We'll also see Eddie Hurst come on for Alex Grant. The Nighthawks are desperately trying to find some sort of spark to give them even a remote chance in this game. But Clayton State right now just look too good. They're on the same page. And the Nighthawks just have not been as sharp as we've seen them in conference play this year, as that ball played into the box. Cleared away by Glendon. And it's Achimovic now, who's able to find Uli Tolo. Forward to Smalley on the far side, who will play a long ball into the box looking for Hurst. Battling, able to get the ball down, but no one there to get on the end of it. It's Day who's able to clean up that clearance, but bad pass was intercepted. Tracking back, it is Day, though, who wins the ball back. Finds Maish on the near side, playing forward. Maish looking to cut inside, goes down. Referee says no foul. And it'll be Clayton State who will look to take advantage with a 3-on-3, but nice job by Glendon to see the ball away. And now it's the Nighthawks forward once again. Hurst trying to win the ball as he's now the clear target man in this formation. But it's Clayton State who once again see the ball off. And then now into the box, and it will be a fifth for Clayton State as the Nighthawks are caught on the break, and it's 5-1, and that will certainly do it for this game, as the Nighthawks will, in all likelihood, not be able to come back from a 5-1 deficit, as the clock is now stopped with 7 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second half. And the goal will be credited to Ryan King for Clayton State, as they have certainly put the Nighthawks to the sword tonight. Started in the 31st minute as it was scoreless up to that point, but Ryan King would score the first of a quick fire brace for him from the penalty spot as Samnick brought him down in the box. King would add the second off a deflection from a Will Summerfield shot. That would make it 2-0, and the scoring in the first half would be completed 2 minutes later as Bilal Naki was able to pick up his first of 2 goals with a nice shot from the top of the box, and that made it 3-0. The Nighthawks were briefly back into the game in the 58th minute as Eddie Hurst was able to pick up his 7th goal of the season. A headed goal off of a cross from Achimovic, but Clayton State, too much tonight. They would score the 4th just 2 minutes later as Naki finished his brace off as he was able to get into the box and put the ball past Samnick. And then just moments ago, Ryan King completes the hat trick on the night with an assist from El Kabawi. And that's how we got to this point with Clayton State up 5-1. And Shannon, what have you seen from this Clayton State team tonight that has given the Nighthawks fits?
Well, honestly, they're just overall playing really well. They've controlled the tempo of this game, and I don't think North Georgia's really been able to combat that, and that's a little upsetting, but you have to give Clayton State props. They came into this game with nothing to lose, and they really outplayed us, and there's not more you can say about that. It's actually pretty stunning to watch them play right now. I just wish North Georgia could finish on a high and do the best they can to finish out within this last 5 minutes.
Yeah, and they'll certainly be looking for something to take away from this game, as this is their last game of the season. They'll play next Tuesday in conference play. In all likelihood, they will probably host a game here, which we'll have for you on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Game time, of course, not been decided for that one either. As it's a second goal for the Nighthawks, it's Achimovic who brings back a goal, and it will be 5-2, so the Nighthawks get it back to 3 goals as we have 5 minutes left in the second half. So a little bit of a consolation there, as they'll at least pick up 2 goals in this game. 5 minutes left in the second half. And it was confirmed that the Nighthawks are locked to host a game in the Peach Belt Conference here next Tuesday, so we'll get to see action Tuesday night and Wednesday night as the men and women will host a Peach Belt Conference game here at the UNG Soccer Complex. As that ball sent high in the air by the Lakers, Glendon able to win the ball and head it forward. Had it come right back to him. Drops it off to Uli Tolo. One touch pass to Bennett. Finds Smalley on the far side. Inside to Uli Tolo, who able to play a diagonal ball to Achimovic on the near side. He plays through Carl Ludwig Eriksson, who tried to put a cross into the box. It was deflected and cleared away by Clayton State. Will go out for a Nighthawk throw-in. Taken quickly by Maish. Finds Day, who goes all the way back to Bennett at the midfield line. As the Nighthawks now only have one defender back, down 3 goals with 4 minutes left. And a long ball looking for Achimovic will go out of play for a Nighthawk throw-in. As the bus is parked for Clayton State, no one even close to the midfield line for them as they've dropped all of their players back to around their own box, trying to hold on to this lead as it's Day with the ball. And a couple of nice moves, able to play through Maish. Still with the ball. Maish plays it to Achimovic, puts a cross into the box, and the shot taken on by Akin, driven high and wide, as he had a really good opportunity there as well. And the Nighthawks almost able to pick up a third goal, but it's really been a night of almost for the Nighthawks. They've come close quite a few times, but have only been able to get the 2 goals out of it. And we say only able to get the 2 goals out of it because based on some of the chances they created, you would expect them to convert. But it's Uli Tolo who finds Smalley on the far side. And the ball put into the box, looking for Ludwig Eriksson. It's still in the box. Akin brings it down, but not able to make the right touch, and it falls to the keeper, Leori Freyer. Who's given up 2 goals tonight, hasn't had to make a save. The Nighthawks have gotten 13 shots away, but only 2 of them have been on target, and perhaps alludes to the fact that they just haven't been able to find the right pass. And going forward, what do the Nighthawks need to do going into conference play? As Day found pretty hard there. What do they need to do, Shannon, in order to bounce back from what's been a disappointing performance tonight? Yeah, and the Nighthawks markedly improved from last year in conference play, able to get 6 victories, which is a positive for them that they can take into conference play. They've beaten a lot of good teams. They've beaten the Francis Marion team, which was 3 points off of them, or 1 win away. It's done very well in conference. Good win against Montevallo here. Of course, the Pembroke game was a good win for them as Ludwig Eriksson finds Hurst, holds the ball up. Uli Tolo takes on the shot, and it's saved by Freyer as Uli Tolo was able to really drive that ball into the box. But they have picked up some really good wins, and they've really improved as a team from last year. And that's certainly something they can take into conference play. Confidence that they've played well in conference and gotten the job done more times than not. As now Clayton State take the ball to the corner. It's the Nighthawks who come away with it. And the ball played forward by Maish, intercepted. And Clayton State will now just look to hold on to this ball and see out the final 20 seconds of this game. Send the ball long. Maish lets it comes down. And he'll play it over to Glendon. Send the ball long as the countdown starts. It's Hurst who has the ball. takes on a long shot. That'll be high, and that'll be the last action of the game as the Nighthawks will fall 5-2 to Clayton State here at home to end their season. We'll go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll break down the final part, the final of the game, and break down the game and give you some final statistics here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I want everyone to rally behind such a great cause for Make-A-Wish. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the school. It's for the kids that we'll be helping. It's for them.
And it's not just raising money for a charity, it's raising money to make this kid's dream come true.
I never, still to this day, would have thought that it would have touched me the way that it did that day. To truly say that it was a life-changing moment for myself is true. And I think it was for our program, our team, and our university. It was truly one of the most memorable experiences of my coaching career.
You really just see the community come together to make this event special and make it unique. And I think that's one thing that we like to try to brand ourselves with here at UNG is we're unique, and we like to do the special, small things that make children's lives and dreams come true.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
This would be a great day to play perfect, wouldn't it?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Before contemplating the many choices on Steak and Shake's $4 menu, one must calm the mind in our Zen garden. Focus. The garlic double steak burger meal. Reflect. The taco salad meal. Zen. The original double and cheese steak burger meal.
Oh!
The $4 menu, where all meals are under $4 at Steak and Shake.
And welcome back to the UNG Soccer Complex, where the Nighthawks are unable to complete the doubleheader sweep. The men go down 5-2 to Clayton State in their final regular season game. Scoring recap for you. Clayton State jumped out to an early and big lead as they were able to score in the 31st minute through Ryan King, who was able to convert a penalty and would be one of his 3 goals to complete the hat trick for him. Second goal came less than a minute later off a rebound from a Will Summerfield shot. Bilal Nakai would pick up the 3rd goal of the first half for Clayton State and one of his 2 goals. And that's how we would head into halftime, but Eddie Hurst would bring the Nighthawks back to within 2 goals in the 58th minute with a headed goal assisted by Ivan Achimovic. Bilal Nakai would put Clayton State back up by 3 goals, though, with a nice shot from inside the box that beat Samnick at the far post. And Ryan King would finish off the hat trick in the 83rd minute as he was assisted by Shams El Kawawi as he was able to finish off a cross in front of goal. The Nighthawks would get a second goal from Ivan Achimovic with 5 minutes left in the second half, but would be unable to score any further goals. The Nighthawks outshot 19-18 tonight, but it's a shot on goal statistic that really sums this up. The Nighthawks only able to get 3 shots on goal, and Clayton State were able to get 11 on target. And Shannon, why was Clayton State able to get as many shots on target and convert as many as opposed to the Nighthawks not being able to convert their chances?
I think they just put themselves in better situations. They were able to finesse and finish where we kind of took careless shots. We took one from midfield to try to catch someone offline, which is okay, but I think it goes back to what is the percentage of that shot going in, and I think we kind of took some very, very hopeful shots where Clayton State made opportunities. No, I think we've seen a lot more out of them. But once again, we can't put the whole team on 2 players, but it really would have been nice to see a little bit more out of them, and maybe just a little more connection throughout the entire team. I felt like our lines were a little disconnected. I felt at times we skipped our midfield and didn't play through them, and sometimes played the long ball a little too much when we do have technical players and we can be a technical connecting team through the lines, and I didn't really see much of that today, which is a little disappointing.
And that sums up the entirety of the performance for the Nighthawks. They did get 2 goals, but it was a little bit of a disappointment as they were seen as favorites coming into this game. Season's not over for them, though. Luckily, they will have a game. They will be able to host a game here Tuesday night. Time not determined, opponent not determined either, as there's still more games to be played in the Peach Belt Conference. Just another round of games, really, for all the teams that did not finish tonight. That'll be our next broadcast. We'll also be here Wednesday evening as well, as the UNG women will host the quarterfinal first game of the Peach Belt Conference as well, here from the Nighthawk Sports Network. Neither of those times have been confirmed. You can check back later in the week to figure out the times for both of those. So it's a 5-2 loss for the Nighthawks to finish up their season. A little bit disappointing, but they do have Peach Belt Conference play to look forward to. For the Nighthawk Sports Network, I'm Thomas Kendrick and Shannon Colum, signing off saying have a good evening.